and this is the one she's got. It's an older model, and older model like it's a car.
Huh? What's this? Whoa. Now that's awesome.
Hey guys, it's AgeLucky13 Studios here, and welcome to the updated All My Dolls video for summer 2021. I've added quite a few new dolls to my collection since I've last seen y'all, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Alright guys, starting it off with the doll that started it all, Miss Molly Jeanette McIntire. She was received on Christmas Day of 2005, and she is a Pleasant Company Molly McIntire doll from the historical line. A little bit more about Miss Molly is that she is a former child genius. That's what I've always played with her as. She was the smart one, the genius. And she's also an inventor. She prefers to keep her inventions a secret though. She works in a secret laboratory at night away from all her friends and family members. And she has been working on a time machine for years now that just always seems to keep malfunctioning. Other than being an inventor and being extremely smart, she is a high school English teacher. And she is also the caretaker and mom friend of the group. She's very caring and nurturing. She does a lot of the cooking and cleaning. She's also very particular about the cooking and cleaning and is very picky and neat and organized and likes things just so. Her best friends are Emily and Nellie. Second up on our lineup, we have Miss Nellie Alison O'Malley. And a fun fact about Miss Nellie is that she is actually not my doll originally. She belongs to my sister, who also used to collect, and she got her the same day that I got Molly. But when she grew out of dolls, all the dolls that she had collected over the years became mine. So I have Miss Nellie now. She is a Pleasant Company historical doll. She's from the Best Friend line, and she is Samantha's best friend. And I got her also on December 25th, 2005. A little more information about Miss Nellie, her personality. She is a complete plant mom. She loves her houseplants, she loves gardening, she knows everything about plants and flowers and how to make them grow. She works at the local plant shop as a caretaker, and she dreams of becoming a botanist. Along with being a huge lover of plants and flowers, she's a very big advocate for environmental issues. She's also very, very shy and an introvert until you get to know her and she's really comfortable with you. She tends to keep to herself. She stays home and watches movies and writes fan fiction. She likes to wear comfy clothes that she can get dirty in. Even though Nellie is the second oldest technically, she would prefer not to be seen as second in command or second caretaker or anything like that. She doesn't want that kind of responsibility put on her. She just prefers to kind of blend in and go with the flow with everybody else. Her best friends are Molly, Emily, Samantha, of course, and Lanie. Next up in our lineup, we have doll number 3, which is Emily Lynn Bennett. Now, Emily is a very special doll to me as well because she was my second doll originally. So she is a Pleasant Company historical doll, and she is Molly's best friend doll. I got her on December 25th of 2006, only 1 year after I got Molly and right after the Molly movie premiered. More information about Miss Emily is that she is originally from London, England, and that she is known as Molly's right-hand man, second in command and hype man. She's very quiet and shy when you first get to know her, but when she's used to being around you, she opens up quite a bit. She loves to tell stories of life in England over a cup of tea with her friends. She is a photographer and aspiring filmmaker dreaming of attending a prestigious film school. So to save money to get into film school, she works in a 50s themed diner. Emily also likes things very much just so, like Molly. She's very big on manners and keeping things proper and posh. She's fiercely loyal to Molly and is not afraid to report anybody to her. She sees someone doing something that they shouldn't, and because of this, very few people are her close friends. She likes to help keep Molly cool, calm, and collected when she starts to fly off the handle or get too particular about things. And that is Miss Emily. Her best friends, of course, are Molly and Nellie. Next up, we have a doll that everybody on this channel should know. It's Miss Bailey Eliza Jordan, the mascot of AgeLucky13 Studios. And Bailey is a Just Like You number 24 doll. The one with the wavy blonde hair, brown eyes, and freckles. This is actually not Bailey's original wig. This is a straightened Elizabeth wig. I got Bailey on December 25th of 2008, and she was a gift from my grandparents, which makes her extremely special. Bailey is actually one of my biggest comfort items. She's been there for me when I literally had nobody. And she's been to hospitals with me, she's been to Disney World, she's been on planes, she's been to the first day of school. She has been there through basically everything. Some information about Miss Bailey is that she loves all things pink, sparkly, and girly. She came to the Lucky 13 Studios crew hoping to become an actress, but actually discovered that she has a passion for fashion. Okay, so sounded like brats, but she wants to be a fashion designer, and she's always looking for inspiration in magazines and drawing her designs out in her design book. She also loves music. Singing is one of her many talents, and she was in show choir as well as competitive cheerleading in school. She's very peppy and loud still, and sometimes a bit obnoxious. She's very friendly and outgoing, and she's liked by a lot of people. Very boy crazy, which drives her twin sister nuts. She's a little bit more irresponsible than her twin sister as well. She's a huge fan of Disney and claims that she's a Disney princess. She's about to graduate from her liberal arts college with her degree in fashion in the following year. Her twin sister Brooklyn is her lifelong best friend, and she's very protective over her. Next up in our lineup, we have Brooklyn Rae Jordan, and this is Bailey's twin sister. I got her on the same day that I got Bailey, December 25th, 2008. She was also a gift from our grandparents, and she originally belonged to my younger sister. She is an AG transitional historical Kit Kittredge doll. Here's a little bit more about Brooklyn. She is Bailey's total opposite. She is a tomboy, she loves sports, she's competitive, she loves video games, skateboarding. She hates losing, which gets her in trouble sometimes, and her sport of choice is soccer. She is actually attending her local college on scholarship as a member of the women's soccer team. She stays very, very busy with classes, workouts, practices, tournaments, things like that, and she hates having nothing to do. Everything that she tries, she puts in 110%. She gets along with mostly guys, but Bailey is her lifelong best friend, and she's very, very protective over her as well. She is her hype man and also keeps her from making poor choices. She is very smart and very dedicated to her studies, knowing that she cannot lose her scholarship if she wants to join the U.S. women's soccer team one day. Her best friends are Bailey, Nolan, Peyton, Holt, and Elena. And now we have the last doll of my original 6 that I had for over 10 years, and that is Miss Lanie Aimee Holland. And she is a Girl of the Year doll from the year 2010. She was the first doll that I saw for Girl of the Year and went absolutely bonkers over. I was obsessed with Lanie. I entered the Liberty Jane clothing contest probably 50 times that year trying to win myself a Lanie doll. And then I finally got her on February 5th of 2010. I had turned 16. I was so excited to open her up on my 16th birthday. A little more information about Miss Lanie. She's a very meek, shy girl who loves animals, the outdoors, and caring for the environment. She's very soft-spoken when you first meet her until she's comfortable around you, and then she'll talk your ear off about anything that she's passionate in. If she could, she would live outside. She loves hiking, camping out under the stars, and working in the garden with Nellie. She is an animal lover. She's always wearing something that she can walk dogs in or get dirty in. Her dream is to become a zoo veterinarian and to open her own wildlife sanctuary for big cats and primates. She loves all creatures, big and small, and spends her free time educating herself on them, and she won't let anybody kill a bug, spider, or rat. She has to catch them and free them herself. She's currently a full-time student at college, trying to get her gen eds and required courses in to apply for veterinarian school. Miss Lanie is pansexual and a very inclusive feminist. Now we have our first boy doll in my collection. This is the iconic Nolan Liam Laken. He is a custom boy doll that I created from a Pleasant Company Samantha doll. And he has an eBay wig. It's the same one that AG Smiles uses in blonde on her doll Seth. But his is brown and I have it turned a different direction than hers is. And he's a very special doll to me because he was a character I created for AG Facebook way back in the day. Now a little bit more about Nolan's personality. He is just a fun-loving, adventure-loving guy. He's a bit loud, he's a bit obnoxious, and he's always ready for a good time. He is a jock. He loves sports. He loves video games. He loves basically anything that the stereotypical boy does, including girls. Oh my goodness, he is such a flirt, such a ladies' man, or so he thinks. He is very musically inclined. He can sing, dance, play guitar, drums, and piano. And he loves to spend his free time teaching children how to play musical instruments and sing. He is currently attending school and studying musical performance. He's an aspiring musician. Something interesting about Nolan that sets him apart from the rest of my collection is that he is diagnosed with ADHD and has been since he was 12. He is best friends with Bailey, Brooklyn, Holt, Adrian, Peyton, and Miss Saige. Alright, with this next doll, she requires just a little bit of explanation of her existence in our, dimension. So Ella is a custom doll that I created based off of Eyre, a singer from the UK, one of my favorite singers from the UK. And she's a custom Girl of the Year 2005 Marisol Luna doll with a beautifully custom wig. I can't remember the name or of the design or color. I'm really sorry, guys. And I'm not sure if she sells it anymore either. She also has these little sticker eyeliner pieces. She is incomplete, but I love her that way anyway. And to explain her existence in the Age of Lucky 13 Studios world, Molly's an inventor. We've gone over this already. And she created devices that can bring certain people back from their dimensions and pull them into ours. And of course, in this dimension, everybody is a doll. So Miss Ella is a doll. She is 19 instead of 27 like she is in real life, and she's getting a chance at a real life, a normal real life. Her personality is just like the real life Ella Eyre. She's a superstar and she knows it. She has Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Jamaican, Maltese, and Scottish blood in her genes, so she's very proud to be multicultural. She loves to sing, dance, and perform still and is found she's also really enjoying acting. Her personality is big and fabulous. She's loud and fun and lives for a good party or shopping spree with her best friend, Saige. I created her on March 18th of 2017. Next down the list we have my Saige doll, Saige Elizabeth Copeland. She was the Girl of the Year for 2013, and I got her February 15th of 2017 from Mercari, and she was very cheap and in very good condition, so she was an awesome deal. Saige is my dancer. She's all about ballet. She started her first ballet classes when she was 2 and has been going nonstop ever since. She auditioned for and was accepted into the InnerStar U prestigious ballet program. Her days are always busy with taking freshman year Jeanette in the classroom or practicing in the studio. She loves to listen to music loudly and has a very diverse playlist of tunes, lives to perform on stage, and dreams of dancing ballet professionally. She loves to go out and have a good time with friends, but also can be very socially awkward, spends lots of nights in with Netflix and pizza. She's a huge Disney and Harry Potter fan and will talk your ear off about either of those things. Saige is a little boy crazy, but it's totally oblivious to the fact that boys actually like her. Her best friend, of course, is Ella, and she loves doing everything with her. Saige loves to dress uniquely and style her hair uniquely. She just toned it down for this video. Next up, we have our second boy doll and my only Our Generation doll in this lineup, and that is Adrian Reginald Jefferson. He's an Our Generation Tyler doll that I bought off of clearance for like $7. I got him on August 4th of 2018. Adrian is your typical shy, scholarly type of guy. He's very studious and graduated high school in the Honor Society. He loves to read and write and dreams of writing his own novel one day. He actually has several that he's already started and actively works on. He draws a lot of inspiration for his stories from his own life. Adrian's very shy and soft-spoken, which is why everyone's often kind of confused that he's good friends with Nolan. He actually was Nolan's tutor for a few years back, and they just kind of clicked. So now they play video games and golf and do things together on the weekends like that. He's a big homebody who loves staying in with a good movie or a book, but also loves to travel and explore new places, learning about new cultures and immersing himself in it directly. He also has a crush on somebody in the cast and plans to ask her out eventually, so any guesses? Next up on our list, we have a very unique doll, and this is Holt Edward Hyde. He is designed and based off of Holt Hyde from the Monster High series. I have always loved Jackson Jekyll and Holt Hyde's storylines and concept. I've always really loved like Jekyll and Hyde, even when I was a kid. So I have a custom based off of Holt, and I want a custom based off of Jackson as well. Holt is a custom Julie Albright doll that I got off of Mercari with a dyed wig from eBay. It's the same one that Nolan has, but in white, and I hand dyed it with Sharpies. I'm going to touch up a few other things in this wig, I'm sure, to make him more true to his design as well. And I got him on January 26th of 2019. He is a monster type, so he's a fire elemental just like he is in his Monster High version. He's a result of one of Molly's experiments gone wrong. Like Ella, he's from another dimension, the Monster High dimension, and was spit out in this dimension by mistake. He's been having a bit of a hard time, you know. Monster High kind of has been dead for a little bit. The girl he likes no longer likes him back and has moved on, and they always just seem to kind of use him and his human counterpart for a free DJ. So he's a little bit over the Monster High world. He's ready for trying something new. And Molly has made it so that he can actually blend in with the rest of the crew by making him look more human. But he has the ability to switch back and forth at will. In other words, I'm working on an actual true-to-form Monster High Holt Hyde custom with the blue skin and everything. And he's not finished either. I do want to add some of his tattoos and his eyebrow piercing and touch up his wig, like I said, and get him his actual outfit. But I've been having a lot of fun making up outfits for him. Like, what a styling dude. A little bit more about Holt's personality is it's just like the personality that he has in the Monster High series. He's a DJ, he loves music, he loves a good party, he loves a good time, he's a flirt, he's just always ready for a new adventure. He loves to spin a new record on the wheels of steel, make new music, he loves video games and just hanging out with his pals and having a good time. Underneath his party-hardy exterior, he is very much a sensitive guy who has a lot of passion and has gone through a lot of past trauma. So he's working through all that as well. He still has to listen to loud music 24/7 or he will turn back into his human counterpart, Jackson Jekyll. He, like I said, has the ability to flip back and forth from his blending mode to his monster mode, which I'm hoping to get finished within the next year or so. And I hope that y'all love him as much as I do. The next doll in my list is Miss Saren Nora Kendrick, and she is Girl of the Year 2020, Joss Kendrick. I got her on January 8th, 2020. She is only the second Girl of the Year doll that I actually got during her year. Saren is a girly girl who loves to play sports, video games, skateboard, and will kick any boy's butt who tries to challenge her in anything. They always tend to underestimate her because she shows up and she's girly and she's bubbly and sweet, but then she totally creams them and it's wonderful. She is very sweet and outgoing and gets along with both boys and girls very easily because of her diverse interests. She is also an award-winning surfer and has lots of ribbons, trophies, and certificates in her room from surf contests. And she's very kind to everybody unless they try to tell her that she can't do something. So yeah, that is Miss Saren. Next up, we have Daria Rose Faye. She is a Just Like You doll number 58 that I got from Mercari for very cheap. And I got her on May 13th of 2020. Daria is an artist. She is a super chill artist who could spend all day in her studio getting messy and being creative. She's a skilled artist in all mediums, including sculpting, painting, collage, sketching, pastel, chalk, and watercolor. There are no limits to what this girl can create. Outside of her studio, she really enjoys thrift shopping, exploring and taking photos, going on adventures, and taking care of her plants and crystals. She wakes up every morning at 5:30 to do yoga or Pilates, and she tends to keep her to herself. She's very much an introvert, listens to unique music, takes unique pictures, and dresses mostly in thrifted clothing or clothing from the 70s or 90s grunge kind of period. She's messy and disorganized, which drives Molly absolutely nuts. And her best friend is Lila Bell, who is her bubbly, outgoing counterpart. A fun fact about Daria is that I wanted her for basically over 10 years before I finally got her. Next up in our lineup, we have Lila Bell Edwards. She is Just Like You number 21, and I got her off of eBay. She's from Peachtree, Georgia, y'all, and I got her on May 21st of 2020, so shortly after I got Daria. She's another one of those dolls that I wanted for a really, really long time, but just never did yet. Lila Bell is an aspiring Michelin star chef, and she's been working in the kitchen, baking and cooking with her grandma since she was a child, and she's actually gotten pretty good at it. Molly has Lila Bell help with cooking a lot in the apartment. She takes cooking and baking classes regularly to improve her skills and is always trying out new recipes. Lila Bell is an outgoing, bubbly girl who's never met a stranger. She loves to laugh and will talk your ear off if you allow her. When she's not in the kitchen, she loves to shop with friends, watch sports, especially SEC football, woohoo, big Southern girl, do fun crafts, or spend days at the beach or lake. She lives for a road trip, and her favorite thing to do in new places is find a unique new place to eat. She was raised in Georgia and has Southern hospitality ingrained in her soul. Religion is also very important to her, so she's just my little Southern girl, and she's a girl after my own heart, being from raised in the South myself. Her best friends, of course, are Daria, Bailey, Samantha, and Waverly. Next up in our lineup, we have Samantha Grace Parkington. And an interesting fact about Samantha is that she is not the first Samantha that I've had in my collection. This is actually the second. As y'all saw earlier, Nolan was made from a Pleasant Company Samantha doll, but now I have Samantha back again. This is a Be Forever Samantha. I actually like the Be Forever Samantha faces more than the Pleasant Company ones. Unpopular opinion of mine. But here she is. Samantha is a Be Forever Samantha doll that I got from the benefit sale last year. I had a friend who was very, very kind and let me send her money and picked her up for me and shipped her to my house. So she's my benefit sale baby. I got her originally December 25th of 2006, and then I got her again from the benefit sale August 27th of 2020. Here's a little bit more information about Samantha's personality. She's a girly girl who is really into fashion and fashion design and makeup. She's very girly. And she can be a little rough around the edges at first, a little bit snooty just because of her privileged upbringing. And it takes a hot second for her to get used to you or decide if she really likes you or not. She enjoys drama and gossiping with the younger, more modern girls. She spends her free time designing clothes, sewing, and looking into the latest fashion trends around the world. She's very much a modernized girl into pop culture, social media, and reality TV. She loves a good night out on the town with her friends, but has also been known to have a nice night in with Nellie. When she was 18, she decided to pursue a career of fashion design and began traveling around the world studying trends around the world for fashion, and nothing ever really came of it. So she began to feel discouraged and resentful of her once beloved hobby. So she decided to come home in 2020 and is now enrolled in community college, trying to decide what to do next. She loves to travel and go on adventures and often finds herself getting into mischief. She loves the arts and spends her free time wandering museums, exploring different landmarks, and attending concerts and plays. And her best friends are Nellie, Bailey, who is her former frenemy, Saige, and Lila Bell. Next up, we have a true AGTube icon. This is Peyton Blake. Yes, the Peyton Blake from Girl of the Year Studios. He is a customized Pleasant Company Felicity Merriman, and he was one of the first boy dolls made on AGTube. He was created by Tori Girl of the Year Studios. Way back in the day, me and her actually planned Nolan and Peyton at the same time for AG Facebook. So that's why Peyton is someone very, very special to me. And when Tori announced that she was selling her collection, I immediately DM'd her and asked if I could purchase Peyton from her. I got him on October 21st of 2020. And he is Nolan's best friend. Here's a little bit more information about Peyton. Peyton, of course, is a former actor at Girl of the Year Studios Productions in Canada. And when his production team shut down and were disbanded, Nolan worked his magic and got him on with the Lucky 13 Studios crew. Peyton went through a period of depression after his family all went separate ways and sometimes still struggles with abandonment-related issues in private. Only Nolan and Bailey know that he's a truly sensitive soul. He can be a bit dark and brooding sometimes, but that's just because he has a thick wall built up to protect himself until he feels comfortable. Peyton and Nolan are best buddies from school, where they were teammates on the soccer team. They just never stopped hanging out after graduation. Peyton is a soccer superstar and plays soccer for InnerStar U, which he attends on scholarship. He also loves to play other sports with his friends, play video games, skateboard, and surf. He is very much a private person, except for when it comes to Nolan and Bailey, his trusted friends. And fun fact, he used to date Bailey back in the day. Next up, we have Waverly Charlotte Greer. She's a Girl of the Year 2014 Isabel Palmer doll that I actually won in a giveaway on Instagram last year. So she's the first prize for a giveaway that I ever won. I received her on December 18th of 2020. Waverly is a future journalist in training. She loves to write articles for the school's newspaper and has already been published in the local newspaper twice. She loves to get the latest scoop and is always looking for the next headline. And she can sometimes be a little bit nosy. She is Catalina's best friend since they arrived pretty soon after one another. Waverly is also autistic and sometimes doesn't have a grasp on how far is too far with her story. She can also go into sensory overload, and her special interest, of course, is writing, journalism, and she also loves Disney. She collects Disney merch and loves to watch her favorite Disney movies over and over again, and that's my sweet Waverly. Next up, we have Miss Catalina Renee Costas. Catalina is a Truly Me number 44 doll that I got off of Mercari from an AGIGer who was selling her. I got her December 27th of 2020, very shortly after Waverly arrived. Fun fact about Ms. Catalina is that she is Greek. With both parents growing up in Athens, Greece, Catalina can't help but be proudly Greek, even if she was born in America. Catalina is an aspiring musician with a dream to become the next big pop singer. She constantly has her acoustic guitar and notebook of original songs on her, ready to perform at any second. However, outside of the stage, Catalina often feels kind of like another face in the crowd. She's shy and very non-confrontational, often a bit submissive to those with larger personalities than her. In a family of Greeks, that makes her the odd one out. She feels most comfortable with a guitar in her hand, strumming tunes for her yaya, who she is most like. She loves learning about her Greek heritage and dreams of visiting Athens to see where her parents grew up one day. Catalina is very smart and takes all AP classes in her high school. She doesn't want to go to college, instead dreaming of becoming a performer. Her happy place is the beach with her family. Catalina is the youngest of 3 children, herself and her sisters, Calista and Carissa. And that, of course, is Catalina. Up next, we have Elena Linda Ramirez, and she is my little Colombian girl. She is a Leah Girl of the Year 2014 doll, and I got her on March 8th of 2021. She is my little all work and no play girl. She's all about being active as much as possible. She's very physically fit, and she's a bit obsessed with health, which drives her friends nuts sometimes. She's very much all work and little play, so her friends are always trying to get her to slow down and smell the roses. Elena can't stand having nothing to do. She basically lives at the gym or outside working out and taking long walks and jogs. She's training for her first marathon and is very serious about it. She's very competitive and her own worst critic. A bit of a perfectionist. Her best friends are Brooklyn, Saren, and Melina. Next up on our list, we have Melina Mali Kiahi, and she is a historical doll of Nanea Mitchell. I got her March 8th of 2021, and she is Hawaiian and a Polynesian from Oahu. Melina is just trying to kind of figure out who she is and where she is in the world and what she's good at. She's young and a little bit immature and very easily impressioned by others. She goes through phases of kind of trying to figure out who she is, but she hasn't quite found it yet. Melina tries new styles, hobbies, slang, aesthetics, all the time, just trying to find the one that is her. She's very insecure in herself due to years of bullying for being shy and quiet at her old school. And the only thing she knows for certain is that she is determined to be nothing like her sister. She wants to be her own person and no longer live in her sister's shadow. And that's Melina. Next up, we have Melina's older sister, and this is Layla Adina Kiahi. She is a Girl of the Year Kanani Akina doll, and I got her April 10th of 2021. She is also Hawaiian and Polynesian and from Oahu. Layla is Melina's older sister and caretaker. She and Melina had very strict parents who monitored basically their every move, and Melina was dying for independence. When Melina heard about an opening at the Lucky 13 Studios crew, the only way that their parents would allow Melina to come and try out was if Layla went with her. So Layla packed up all her life, her child, Kilikina, and went to join the Lucky 13 Studios crew with her. When she was 21, Layla was in a relationship with her former partner, and they had baby Kilikina, and he left her very shortly after that. So she's now facing the world as a single parent, taking care of not only Kili, but also Melina. Layla has a passion for dance and used to be a hula and dance instructor in Oahu. Up next, we have one of my more rare dolls in my collection. This is Mina Kim, or Kim Mina. In Korean culture, they don't use middle names very often. They use more of the family name. So you may hear her as Mina Kim, or her family call her Kim Mina. She is just like you, number 4, and I got her April 14th of 2021. Mina is also an artist like Daria, but her specialty is watercolor. She also really enjoys learning about Korean culture and her heritage. She loves to read everything and learning new languages. She really also likes planting flowers and being outside and creating jewelry for her Betsy shop. That's what I'm calling Etsy shop. Her best friends are Ophelia and Daria. She's a little bit shy, soft-spoken, and very, very sweet. She dresses very cute and artsy, which I am loving her shoes right now. I just gotta highlight these. The little Paint Splatter Pleasant Company shoes. Best quality shoes I think that I've ever gotten. I bought her off of Mercari for very cheap considering her condition and the fact that number 4 is such a rare doll. And I'm obsessed with her. She is so pretty, and that's Mina. This is Ophelia Addison Moore. She is also a rare doll in my collection. She is just like you, number 1. The one with the Addie mold, the textured long hair that has her hair kind of in this little braid at the top of her head. And I am absolutely obsessed with her. I got her off of Mercari as well for a really good price. And she is not a doll that you see every day anymore. So Ophelia was bought on May 3rd, 2021. And she is from New Orleans, Louisiana. And what I love about Miss Ophelia's personality is that she is super soft, pastel cottagecore, and she loves different aesthetics. Like, she watches anime, she loves plants, she loves flowers, she loves crystals. She dresses very cottagecore, dresses in different styles, different aesthetics. But she also does karate and can kick your butt. So she is the sweet girl, but she'll kick your butt. Her best friends are Mina, Daria, Waverly, Catalina, and Saren. And that is Miss Ophelia. Next up, we have Felicity Merriman. She doesn't have a middle name just yet because she is so new. She is one of the 35th anniversary released historical dolls from American Girl, and I got her on May 8th of 2021. I haven't really come up with much of a personality for her yet because I bought her so recently, but I'm thinking she's going to be my horse girl, just like in her original story, very rambunctious, and she's just super pretty. I've always wanted to have Felicity in my collection, but I wanted to have her original meat, and that wasn't easy to find in good quality online for not $1 billion. So I was really excited to see that American Girl re-released her. There's Miss Felicity. Alright guys, we made it to the end. My last doll I want to introduce you to is my 35th anniversary Molly doll. So this is Molly McIntire. Molly, spelled M-O-L-L-I-E. I'm still trying to figure out how to work this second Molly into my videos. I bought her to stay in her meat outfit and with her meat hairstyle, basically as long as I possibly can. I would like for her to be used creatively, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I got her pretty soon after I got Felicity because I ordered Felicity during the release and I was like, I know I want Molly and I want to get her now before she sells out. So I went back immediately after and I bought Molly. And the funny thing is she came about 2 or 3 days after Felicity arrived, so that was a fun week for me. Stay tuned to see what I decide to do with her. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to leave a big thumbs up, leave a comment if you're able, and hit that subscribe button to join the Lucky 13 Studios family. Also, in case you haven't seen, I'm on Instagram. Be sure to follow my AGIG at AgeLucky13 Studios. The link is always in the description of my videos and pretty much everywhere on my channel. I hope you had an awesome, awesome day, and I will see you next time. Bye now.